CCB 0002. Let's see what he knows. Playing time control 1510 because he only had an hour. Okay, King's Gambit. I'm going to decline it. Bishop C5. It's a blunder to take my e-pawn because the queen h4 check. Okay, knight f3 is proper. So now d6. And my e-pawn is still safe. Okay, so now d4. Not too worried about that. Let's take. Okay, so now I have candidate moves knight f6 and knight c6. I'm going to avoid the double pawns and play knight f6 and steer for castling as quickly as I can. Okay, so now I'll get castled and that chore is done. Okay, so now you should develop something. You might play bishop e3. He did play bishop e3. Okay, so that kind of takes the sting out of knight c6 because we'll get tripled pawns. However, I can play knight g4 here. The question is that wise? I can also play bishop g4. I can play knight d7. I can play bishop b4 and attack his e-pawn, but that doesn't feel right. Knight g4, he should probably play bishop g1. I could also play rook e8 here. Rook e8 makes a little bit of sense. Do I have a sack on e4? Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4. Rook e8. He has bishop d3. And I have d5, and if this knight moves, I steal a pawn. I don't know, I like rook e8 better. Rook e8, he may play bishop d3. And I can play bishop g4. Because he won't be able to play bishop e2, so rook e8 it is. I have to watch my clock. Okay, so we have an average of about 30 seconds per move here. The key is to get to move 40 with at least your increment remaining. Okay, so queen d3. That takes away my bishop g4 idea, but I could still play it. Stops from castling queenside. You can play h3, and my bishop has to go back. Let's see. What do I want to do here? I also play bishop d7 if he castles. I don't know. Bishop g4, h3, I gotta go back to d7. Also play d5, d5, and then e5. I don't like that. Okay, let's see. Trying to avoid okay, another move is a6. And if he castles long, I can play b5. And I'm trying to soften him up on, get my kingside attack going. And with b5, I can play bishop b7 and start putting the heat on e4. I think he's going to castle queenside, so I'm going to go ahead and play a6. The move I'm usually against these rook pawn pushes, but here I'm going to do it. He did castle queenside, so now I go ahead with b5 and let him ponder what I'm up to. So I have ideas of bishop b7, I have ideas of pawn to b4, pawn b4, knight a5. I can take on e4, and if he takes on c5, I can take back with the knight. So I'm trying to lure him into playing pawn a3. Okay, so he's gonna sacrifice something here. Okay, my h7 square is safe. I don't see a useful discovery for the knight going anywhere if I open up the d file. I just open up the d file. Okay, now I can now play knight g4. Knight g4. Bishop f4. Knight takes e5. Bishop takes e5. Rook takes e5. Okay, I gotta watch my f7 square. He's a good player. I think he handled the opening fine. I don't know about e5, but okay, so now I gotta be careful. Do I want to take his bishop or do I want to take his e-pawn? Or do I want to take both? Probably can't take both. Knight takes e3, queen takes e3, rook takes e5, knight f6 check. My queen can take it. Knight takes e5, gains a tempo on his queen. And C plays Queen C3 attacks my bishop, and he's getting ready for a discovery. I like taking his bishop and developing something. Let's see what I have, 9 minutes left. See, the e5 pawn will stay weak. I don't have to win it now. Knight takes e3. Another idea here is Knight takes e5, queen c3. Yeah, that knight discovery is annoying after I save my bishop. Okay, so let's take his bishop and play queen e2 and safeguard a few things. Okay. I'm banking on the fact the e5 pawn is going to stay weak. Okay, now queen e6. Or queen e7 rather. That guards my bishop, which he can take. Not so much where do I get in the bishop pair here. I'm more concerned about getting my men developed. And leave the pawn on e5 weak. Okay, he took. Well, what if he plays queen f3 here? Is that any good? Or queen e4? Queen e4 gains a tempo on my rook. And then I can play rook a7 and bishop d3. I play g6. And I just keep a little pressure on a5 or e5. And white's better developed. He has a knight out and I don't. It's his turn. I'm down to 8 minutes. He's doing good here. Okay, so bishop d3. I thought queen e4 with a tempo first was better. So let's see. Does he have a threat with bishop takes h7 check? The answer is probably doesn't. So I could take on e5. E5 is not going away. Yeah, I'll follow my logic. If I'm not sure what to do, develop a piece. If I play bishop b7, I take away queen e4. Now you could play queen h3. Which case I can play g6. Now his knight is loose and his pawn is loose. If he plays knight back to f3, I have knight c6, putting more firepower on e5. So bishop b7. I don't want to take his g-pawn and open up lines. My goal here is get developed and try to win his e-pawn. Queen h3, g6. He might have knight f5. Okay, I don't think he should have stopped to protect that. Okay, so now still a little difficulty developing my knight. Knight c6 with the threat of knight takes, queen takes. Yes, bishop takes h7, king takes, rook takes, but then I'm up a piece. So knight c6. It is protected by the bishop. He still has queen e3. I don't know. I like queen takes e5. It offers a queen trade and tempos his knight. Well, queen takes e5, queen h6. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know, leaving my back rank a little loose. I'm going to follow my logic. If you're not sure what to do, develop a piece. Knight d7. Now, if queen h3, I can play g6. And on knight f5, I have knight takes, e5, knight h6 check, king g7. I should be okay. Okay, so I got 3 attackers on e5. I'm down to 5 minutes. No. So far, neither of us has really started the opposite side casting attack yet, although we're both primed for it. There's a problem with queen h3 is attacking my knight. Okay, so queen h3 is a good move for him. Okay, so I've made a mistake. Queen h3 is a strong move. Queen h3. Knight takes e5. Queen takes h7. Check. King f8. Queen h8. Check. King e7. Yeah, knight c6 was better. I was trying to hold options, putting the knight on f8. Okay, so queen h3, I'm in trouble. But actually, I can play g6, and on queen takes knight, I can play rook ad8. His queen retreats, and I take his knight on d5. Okay, so I have a tactical solution. Yeah, tactics makes things tricky. Okay, so queen h3, g6, queen takes d7, rook ad8. Did he play it? No, he didn't play it. Okay, how do I want to take it? Yeah, rook takes e5. Now is the time. Rook takes, and if queen h3, I play rook takes rook check, rook takes rook, and then knight f3. Or knight f6, I should say. So his e5 gave him some attacking chances, but the long and short of it is it's a potential pawn sacrifice, and I delayed going after the pawn. This is more my style. You know, let's get developed first. And but he's a pretty good player. I'll honestly, freely admit, you know, this is good. Okay, so will he find queen h3 now? I don't have to take his rook. I can play knight f6 directly. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What's he trying to do here? He's offering me a piece. Okay. Um, King takes, queen h3 check. I also play king h8. King h8. If queen h3, I play rook h5. Okay, king h8, queen h3, rook h5. Wait. He plays queen takes d7. Okay, so let's see. Good move by him. I'm running out of time here. King takes. I have another move. King takes, queen check, king back, queen takes d7. Rook d5. Rook E8 check. Rook takes, queen takes, king H7. I have some attacking check. I gotta take it. Okay, queen H3 check. Do your worst. Okay, queen H3 check, king G8, queen takes D7. Rook D5. Rook check. That's not a check on. Oh no, it is a check. Can I get away with king G6 here? What if I play rook H5 here and answer queen D7 with rook D5? Then he's out of checks. Yeah, that's the secret. Rook H5, queen takes, rook D5. Oh yeah, then he has. Wait a minute, where is this? Here, queen takes, rook D5. He has queen H3 check again. So I got it coming out to here. Looks a little too risky. So king G8, rook queen takes, D7. Rook D5, rook D8 check. Rook D5, rook D8 check, rook takes, queen takes, king H7. Okay, so let's see. I also play rook takes rook. It doesn't really go anywhere. Okay, so let's see. I could play rook AD8. Yeah, let's just do this. He does have queen takes E8 check, the X-ray. I like the idea of getting my pieces in play. Okay, I'm down to 1:43. I get the 10-second increment. I just want my pieces in play, that's all. So rook D5 was playable. Rook E8 check, rook takes, queen takes, king H7. Knight F3 guarding his rook. And I don't really have a... I can move my rook and threaten to take his knight, take his rook, but getting my pieces in play makes more sense. So queen takes E8 check, rook takes, king H7. His knight is still loose. Okay, so he's going to go threaten me down there. So here, I have to watch F7. I have let's see. Now if he plays rook takes F7, I can just take his queen. Okay. So now he needs to play queen G4. Then I have rook E4. And then if queen back to D7, then I can take his knight. Okay, so let's see. I have a minute to decide. Rook E4. queen f7. I can get away with this. Rook e4. Okay, come on. You could play queen f5 here. Queen takes, knight takes. And I go down to the 7th. Okay, so he's doing well. Queen d7, queen takes d4, queen takes f7 check. Okay, which way do I want to take it? I got to take it with the queen. Queen takes f7 check. It gets a perpetual. Do I have a trick here? Rook e1 check. Rook takes check. Yeah, I have a trick here. Rook e1 check. Rook takes rook. I get a queen. I get a queen for a rook and a bishop. Okay. Now he takes with the knight. If I have more time, I stop and calculate if I can let him take on f7 check and keep a piece, but there's definitely some perpetual check possibilities there. Now, let's go molest his 7th rank. Okay, he has a check. King h7, knight g5 check doesn't really get him anywhere. Okay, so his g2 pawn is loose. My c pawn, f pawn, and a pawn are all unprotected. What else is happening here? You could try knight e1, but that just allows queen f4 check, and then I can take on h2, and I will have a pawn majority. I just hung his knight. Okay, sorry. He had a good game until there. It's a theoretical win for black, but it's a lot of work. Okay, now I think I win his rook or get a mate here. See, if king b1, queen check on f1 is mate. If king d1, I have queen g4 check. Okay, so now I win the rook. Little tactic. You can do the same thing. You're very good. Aodin, you are, you know, I don't know. I just take the rook. And it's just a matter of grinding him down. Okay, let's centralize the queen. Create some new threats. Threat is queen f2 check. Okay, now nothing wrong with a good centralized queen. Okay, I'm not sure where he's going, but I think I'll just take a pawn. Could have checked on d6. Okay, he has a threat. Let's check on d6. Do I have mate there? No, I didn't. I'm threatening mate now. Here it is. There's mate. Well, good game. Okay, so I made a video with my thoughts, such as my moves. Let me upload to YouTube, and I will send link.